People often think life changes because of one big opportunity, a huge success, or some perfect moment. But honestly, most real change happens quietly through small daily habits. Looking back, there was one habit that changed almost everything for me, and the strange part is, it looked incredibly simple at first. That habit was spending a few minutes alone with my thoughts every single day. No phone, no social media, no music, no distractions, just silence. Before I started doing this, my mind constantly felt noisy. The moment I woke up, I grabbed my phone. I scrolled through notifications, watched random videos, compared myself to other people, and filled my brain with information before my day even began. And without realizing it, I was becoming mentally exhausted. I always felt tired, distracted, and unmotivated. Even when I had free time, my mind never felt peaceful. I was constantly consuming things, but rarely thinking deeply about my own life. Days started feeling repetitive, and my focus became weaker. Then one day, I decided to try something simple. Every morning, before touching my phone, I sat quietly for a few minutes. At first, it felt uncomfortable. My brain was so used to stimulation that silence almost felt strange. Thoughts started rushing in immediately. Worries, plans, stress, random memories. But instead of distracting myself, I stayed there quietly, and slowly, something started changing. For the first time in a long time, my mind felt lighter. Those quiet moments helped me notice how overloaded my brain had become. I realized I wasn't physically tired all the time. I was mentally drained from constant noise and distractions. That one habit started changing everything else, too. I became calmer during stressful situations. I stopped reacting emotionally to every little problem. My focus improved because my brain was no longer overstimulated every second of the day. Another surprising thing happened. I started understanding myself better. Most people spend their entire lives distracted. They rarely sit alone with their thoughts long enough to understand what they truly feel or want. Silence forces you to face yourself honestly. Sometimes that feels uncomfortable, but it's also powerful. Those quiet moments made me realize how much time I was wasting on things that didn't matter. Endless scrolling, overthinking, comparing myself to others, all of it was stealing my energy slowly. I also noticed my creativity improving. Good ideas started appearing naturally because my mind finally had space to think clearly. Constant distractions leave no room for deep thinking. Another thing that changed was my mood. When your brain is overloaded every day, even small problems feel heavy. But when your mind becomes calmer, life feels easier to handle. Problems still exist, but they stop controlling your emotions completely. That simple habit also improved my discipline. Before, I depended too much on motivation. If I didn't feel like doing something, I avoided it. But spending time in silence taught me self-control. I became more aware of my habits and decisions instead of living on autopilot. And honestly, one of the biggest changes was learning to enjoy simple moments again. Modern life trains people to constantly chase stimulation. Faster entertainment, more notifications, more scrolling, more noise. But peace is powerful. Sitting quietly for even 5 minutes can reset your brain more than hours of mindless distractions. Another important lesson I learned is that your mind becomes stronger when you stop feeding it constant chaos. The brain needs rest just like the body does, but most people never give their mind true rest anymore. Even at night, they scroll until they sleep. No wonder so many people feel emotionally exhausted all the time. This habit didn't magically solve every problem in my life, but it changed the way I handled problems, and sometimes that changes everything. Life became less overwhelming, my thoughts became clearer, my energy improved naturally. The beautiful thing is that this habit costs nothing. You don't need expensive tools, perfect routines, or huge amounts of time. You just need a few quiet minutes daily. Maybe in the morning, maybe before sleeping. Just sit without distractions and let your mind breathe for a moment. At first, it may feel boring or uncomfortable, but over time, those small moments of silence can completely change your mindset. Because sometimes, the habit that changes your life is not something dramatic. Sometimes it's simply learning how to slow down and listen to your own mind again.